Now to the global financial crisis, and it's official. Britain is in recession. The housing market is close to collapse. The pound fell 3% overnight and is now set for its biggest weekly fall in 15 years. This is how Prime Minister Gordon Brown broke the news.
The Governor of the Bank of England said last night that not since the First World War has the international banking system been so close to collapse, and I agree with him. Having taken action on the banking system, we must now take action on the global financial recession, which is likely to cause recession in America, France, Italy, Germany, Japan, and because no country can insulate itself from it, Britain too.
And economists agree with the British PM, saying the UK will be hit hard in the next year, with unemployment the big concern. In Australia, the numbers are scary too. Forecasters here say we could have 9% unemployment by the end of next year. That's 1 million people out of work. But there are some ways to bulletproof your job.
You hear all sorts of numbers, from 200,000 out of a job by the end of next year to 1 million out of a job.
Blame the banks and greedy shareholders for the global credit crisis, but workers are already suffering. 1,000 jobs at the ANZ, double last month's expectations. 450 staff at Westpac, 800 from Telstra, 115 from Optus in New South Wales, and 1,500 jobs from Ford Victoria, all set to go. National Australia Bank economists predict unemployment will rise to 6% in weeks and 200,000 jobs will go. A figure John Simon from Aussie Home Loan says is conservative.
I certainly see at least 200,000 or 300,000 jobs being lost over the next 6 to 12 months.
So how can you avoid becoming a statistic? Sarina Russo heads both a recruitment firm and an investment company.
We are looking at some uncertain times. And so my advice is, rather than being scared about it or feeling insecure or being a pessimist, take the opportunity and embrace it and do something about you. And if you work hard on yourself and what you do in your job, you will succeed.
That's the delivery for the day.
Patrick Saws is the Managing Director of Australian Native Landscapes, the country's largest landscape supplier.
Am I worried about the future? Yes, I'm concerned, but I'm not worried. I think a lot of it's hype.
The landscape industry is another area likely to face pressure, but after 36 years of running his business, Patrick says he's seen it all before.
As far as a downturn, I've been through the recession we had to have, thanks to Mr Keating. We didn't lay people off. In fact, our business expanded all the way through that period. We just worked better and really provide a better service for the customers.
Patrick isn't expecting to lay anyone off now, but says those who fear their job might go should take a long, hard look at themselves.
It's nothing to do with what you're paying people. People have got a passion for what they do, want to come to work every day, want to be involved in the business, want to portray the business out there in the public arena, look after the customers. They're always going to have jobs, and you can't do without them.
And a lot of people don't like change, but as a worker, you've got to help with management embrace change. Think of innovative ideas, demonstrate a high work ethic. Above all, make sure you act with integrity and be customer focused, because, everything surrounds customers.
If you have lost your job, here's something you may not like to hear. While having a fair boss does play an important part, employers say, even in the tough times, those who get sacked, in most cases, sack themselves.
That's always been the case. The bad employees do sack themselves naturally. They're restless sort of people. Some of them can't work in that team environment. So encouraging the team environment, encouraging that relationship with customers and coalface front with the customers is the most important thing.
If you're selfish and not being a good team member, you've got to be action-oriented to get results. Too often, people confuse effort with results. It's no good saying, but I'm working so hard. If you're spinning wheels and not getting the results, guess what? You're probably part of the problem and not part of the solution.
And yes, it is difficult for employers to retrench. It's very, very hard.
That's Marguerite McKinnon reporting there.